Geckoway is a startup that produce the market innovative products and the service high with high technology value, right? Sure. Perfect. Your turn.
Just a second.
Yeah, sure. Is it open? Is it on?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Battista. I'm the account manager of Geckoway SRL. For the Italian, it's Geckoway, but it's the same thing. So essentially, we are a software house from Italy. We started our course in 2017, where our founder started a new company from scratch. He started with the managing softwares customized, and now today we are with these strange visors in our heads, showing people how to navigate the world in a different way. So essentially, we are a team of 14 people, and believe it or not, I'm the third oldest person in my company, and I'm only 33 years old. And with me today, I have Manuel, my colleague. So I have to follow a specific way of telling things, otherwise my communication manager is going to chop my head off tonight while I'm sleeping. So essentially, we are an innovative SME, small and medium enterprise. He didn't know, but we finished our course of startup. We are an innovative SME for Italian is PMI. And we just switched this year after the CES in Las Vegas. I don't know how many of you know what the CES is. It's the Consumer Electronics Show that takes place every year in Las Vegas. So we went there in 2023, this year in January, and that was the milestone where we stopped being a startup and we started being an SME. After that event, we received a lot of popularity through the presses and the public in Italy. So essentially, we started in 2017, as I said, with managing softwares that are customized. We conceive ourselves as tailors of the softwares. So we started with big companies, big firms in the construction industry. And with that, we developed a very innovative way of doing business in the firms. So we built up very innovative workflows that you customize it onto your needs. In 2019, we received the interest of big general contractors. On that, we developed our softwares even better. And we called it Project Management Board, WolfPMB. Then in 2019, 2020, we all know that COVID struck us. And my boss is so crazy that he bought these visors in 2020 and started doing research and development on these visors right where the COVID struck us. As you may know, in Italy, we have 70% of the UNESCO heritage of art, culture, and monuments and archaeological sites. Believe it, we are a very tiny country, and we own 70% of all the masterpieces around the world. So what did we do? We started doing things with the visors for the museums, for the archaeological sites, and for universities. And here you go. In 2021, we started our partnership with the Venice UAV as the University of Venice and the Archaeological Museum of Venice. They gave us, and now I'm going to start the live presentation, they gave us the possibility to create a carousel of beautiful cities around Italy, of course, and present all the operas specifically with one touch. As you can see, these visors are not wearing any sticks. I can see you, you can see me, and I'm aware of my space. So I can see things, avoid them, and do not fall down to the floor. So we started with Venice. I'm starting with Venice, showing you some of the operas. Hopefully the Wi-Fi is going to assist me today. And I'm going to show you the most famous one. If I'm going too fast with my head, please tell me. I don't want you to get dizzy. So our goal was to create a museum inside the museum. What do I mean with this? All the museums, they show 20% of their actual masterpieces, while 20%, the 80% of their operas is still in the deposit, getting dust up, and nobody's gonna know them for the rest of our lives. So what did they do? They created a digital twin of the operas so that they can show this opera on the visors and maybe sell more tickets to the public. On top of that, the academics, the students, they studied these operas, these statues, for the fractures. So I can make it as a puzzle with just the use of my fingers, bring it close to me, and walk around it, and show the world how this beautiful statue of Ulysses has been reconstructed from the Renaissance to the Middle Ages and the modern ages. You might say, okay, I have a puzzle, but it's pretty hard to put it back. No problem, we put a magnet, boom, and it's back in order. Another thing that we created for the museum is actually all the panels that can show more information about this beautiful statue. So you can navigate it as you are in a small museum and show the world, essentially show them where it's located. We all know many people around the world have problems distinguishing between Austria and Australia. So we make sure that you know where Venice is in Italy and where this beautiful statue is located. So essentially for the Italians, it is in Piazza San Marco, very close to the big campanile. Another thing that we can do with these visors, but essentially every single visor in the world can do it, is to listen to audio notes. I'm not going to play it right now because it's my voice playing and it really bothers me. But on top of that, I can scroll down all the information and show people and show the users where this statue came from and tell some stories about it. I can rotate it as well. There you go. But as you noticed, I started walking around the statue, and the statue was stuck here. It was an anchor here and didn't move at all. Another beautiful project that we have with the Archaeological Museum of Venice is the thing that we can recreate, and this is applicable to architecture and construction as well. We recreated the architectural design of a painting. This is a painting from Tintoretto. This is the actual painting. So this is the architectural reconstruction of the painting. And just give me a second, I have to drop the microphone for a second. I can scale it up way more than this. Don't worry, I'm going to show you some other models that are going to be very big in that space. But I can walk inside the opera. I know that I look stupid right now, but don't worry, this is normal. I can turn around and see the end of the gallery. If I had all the characters here on my left, I could touch all of them one by one and let them speak. Let them tell me something more about the story of this beautiful painting. Here again, I can populate the hologram. This is a digital twin, a hologram, with more information. Now here we do not have any information, but if I had, I could put them and let them talk. You might say, what's the applicability for construction of this beautiful technology? I'm going to show you right away. So in case you're using the BIM in your studio, or you're projecting with the 3D technologies that are so disrupting our market right now. Let me find it. There you go, Milan. you might just upload your beautiful model into the platform and showcase it to your investors, to your clients, to the public entities in Italy. For example, this project is in Milan. It was a public project, but unfortunately it didn't go through. And the architect of this project, architect Filippo Maria Martinez, pretty famous, never saw his project done in reality. What did we do? We made him navigate the project in 3D. He had the perspective right behind it, and he saw how it works in reality. I can actually walk down this beautiful bubble that is with dichroic filters, and I can showcase pictures of the render of the projects that are going to follow myself, so I'm not going to see them backward or the other way around, all the way through the project. This is an actual project that has been exported from the BIM software, is in the FBX format, for those of you that like technical stuff. As you can see, this is a very interactive technology. And if I scale it up to maybe 1 to 100 scale, I can actually walk down here, see the perspectives, and maybe next time you can present it to the public authorities in Italy and they will say yes right away. I'm overlapping with the video, so you're not understanding what I'm saying. But this is it. Another thing that we were able to do with these visors and our beautiful platform called Virtual Crab, and now my communication manager is going to chop my head off. I never mentioned the name of this beautiful project. It's called Virtual Crab. Why crab? Because we do this all the time. We look like crabs. But what we did is to attach the geology into the visor. So this is good for the Red Cross, for the, I don't know the translation in English, but the protezione civile, the civil protection of a country. So they can plan the interventions right away. We did it with the San Diego University for the hurricanes. With our model, they could cut down 1 week in their intervention. 1 week is quite a lot. It's 7 days. In 7 days, you can evacuate millions of people, while the way they do it right now, they're pretty slow. Let's talk about that is pretty sensitive. No, I don't want to shut it down. It's pretty... This is pretty real for us in Italy. What is happening in the Campi Flegrei right now is pretty serious. So the Vesuvius is another big problem that we have. The thing is, it's going to explode, yes, but when? They are studying, the Federico II, the University of Naples, is kind of deepening inside this beautiful technology because they want to use it for interventions in case of a big disaster in Naples. What we did, we used it as a masterpiece for the museums, but the same concept is applicable right now. I'm going to scale it up a little bit more so you can have a perception of the perspective of this model. I cannot see what you see here, but I see that it's very transparent for yourselves on the screen. For myself, it's pretty whole, it's entire. I see all the colors, I see all the places around Naples. And believe it or not, we geolocated Herculaneum, Stabia, and Pompeii. So for those involved in the intervention in case of a big disaster, they already know where to put their forces, where to intervene, what cities to evacuate and where the lava flow is going to go down. So I can put it in different perspectives and show it in different ways, as I said. Let's go back. Let's go to a different project that is going to make you laugh. Because what if I tell you that we are thinking about creating a Jurassic holopark? How many of you will go to a Jurassic holopark with these visors? I will go first. So for the scientists that studied these models of the dinosaurs, this is actually for showing you that we can put motion inside this visor here. And if we had a 3D scan of the place where this dinosaur is going to walk around, we can put incidents, so we can put obstacles, hurdles for this, for the dinosaur. So he can walk around the park without bumping into trees, avoiding rocks, scaring people, scaring kids, and at the same time, they can make you wow quite a lot. Nice. Let me see if I can show you something else, since the Wi-Fi is so good to me today. Oh yes, I forgot the masterpiece of my presentation. How many of you have been inside the Colosseum? I did. I'm from Rome, so I've been inside the Colosseum. But there are many Romans and many people around the world that saw the Colosseum just from the outside, because the ticketing is limited. They sell 5 million tickets every year. But how many people do we have in the world? We are 7 billion people. We can sell more tickets. We can show how the Colosseum was 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, just putting a gorge underneath and choosing the timeline where you want to see the Colosseum. We can also put gladiators inside. What about you walk around the Colosseum, you see Russell Crowe doing the gladiator stuff? I will go. Here you go. This is the Colosseum, and believe me or not, I can make it 1-to-1. I can scale it up to 1-to-1 and navigate it as I'm right there. For presentation purposes, I cannot make it 1-to-1, but do not worry. After my intervention, I'm going to have the architect Yosaghini here, and I'm going to show a big industry that is going to occupy most of this place here. But what I wanted to show you is that the drone fly over the Colosseum. So I can walk inside and see how it's inside. Little by little, I can just walk around the perimeter of the Colosseum. And once I'm done with it, I can walk inside and see how it's inside. Imagine if I could put I want to see how the Colosseum looked like in 79 DC. So it was a hall here, there was a plan here, and you could see the gladiators fighting each other with tigers, lions, stuff like this. This is quite an experience, and you can see the quality of these holograms is pretty high. I can see all the smog problems that the Colosseum has. I can see the different textures of the travertino, the material where the Colosseum is made with. And I can see, right now we deleted them, but we have fences here. And I can see where the fences are, what the entrances are, and I can tell the story as well. And as well, I can still populate it with this toolbar here, with all the information needed. Let's see. Am I going to, yeah, a little bit. Last but not least, I said we put geology on it. So for those of you that do excavations, removing earth from a construction site, or dealing with caves or mining caves, we have it. We have the possibility to cut and nip pieces of your cave so that you can study the structures, you can study the fractures as you are with a statue. 1 second. You can put it in a perspective so that you can study all the fractures of this beautiful cave, cut and nip specific places here on this cave, like you are in Minecraft. How many of you do you know what Minecraft is? I can extrapolate a piece of this cave, have it here as a cube, and show the world, or show myself, or show my technical stuff, how that fracture is going to affect this specific cave. At this point, I would, let me see if I can show you in 2 minutes something else. No, I think I can call, if you give me 2 seconds, I can show you the interface of our PMB, the Project Management Board, so that I can call here on the stage architect Yosagine. He's going to, thanks to a cooperation with him, he was so kind, he gave us the 3D models of the firms that he studied, he projected. So I'm going to show you the interface. He's going to talk about his project, and I'm going to mute myself because I talk too much. I'm going to show you how the 3D model is displayed on these visors. Very quickly. So the cooperation with Yosagine started a couple of weeks ago, where we found a new way of displaying projects, architectural project, engineering project on these visors. The problem with these visors, the visors in general, is that security, to use visors on the construction site. You saw me before. I fell on the chair because I was too inside the presentation, so I didn't think about the chair, but I can see things around. If I'm in the construction site, the safety reasons are you might limp onto something that is on the floor you didn't see. You might not have the perspective of what your project is. And at the same time, you want to have a render on the site, on the construction site of your project. Right now, we have projects like the Yosagine project is 1.5 billion triangles. It's a pretty heavy project. How do we do it? We do not run the project locally because this visor has 4 gigabytes of RAM. We use a different stack of Microsoft called Azure Remote Rendering. With that software, we are able to showcase very big projects, very big layouts without any problems. This is becoming a display, is not computing anymore. So yes, while I am switching on the PMB, I would leave the microphone to architect Yosagine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Michele. I was marveled by this kind of technology because I think is a tool very interesting also to make projects. Thank you. Allora, this is a project we did 1 year ago. It was a project for a competition. We were invited by this company that is a joint venture American-Chinese to realize this headquarter in Italy in the what we call the Motor Valley, that is a territory that we have between Bologna and Parma, where are located all the most important company of engine, of supercar, bolide cars, etc. The image that you have seen are the final result of the project we did, and it is a project around 200,000 square meters, considering in this figure the offices and the production part. At the beginning of the project, we had a brief and where the company asked us to work especially around the office part and what they called the cultural part of the office, where there was a sort of theater, there was an hotel, another function that is something is a mixture between a big showroom and a museum, and what we do is to design the architecture in this case, giving them also some solution for the interiors. I don't know now if it's possible to see the model, because Michele, thanks to this technology, give us a model of all the area. Like you have seen in the video, the area is in a countryside, is not far from the city of Reggio Emilia, and what was important in the project is considering the big dimension of the building, is to find a way to integrate the architecture at the contest with a large use of trees, of vegetation, the creation of a bio lake, also because we have to consider that this is a place where the people lives all over the day, and also not only during the time schedule of the work, but some function works 24 hours, like hotel, like the museum that is open not only during the day. Okay, you see the model. It's not easy now to have interaction with the model. I don't know if Michele can go at the entrance. Now you see this was the entrance of the building, where you have the main parking, and the tower you see are the tower of the direction. On the right you see there is this sort of cube that is the hotel. Here we are in the direction building, and you see there is this shape. This shape is the part of the core of all the factory. That is where you see there is this circle. This is the hotel where Michele goes in now. Okay, but if you see the circle, in the circle there is the design center, because all the concept of the cars are made directly on place. They don't. It doesn't arrive by outside, but all the cars are designed inside the company. And the circle, why the circle? Because these cars are only electric, and the circle is the symbol of the electric engine. And also we decide also to create a sort of circuit that goes on the perimeters of the circle, because all the cars are to be tested in the circuit of the company. And you see the circuit is outside, okay, but not only. You go inside, like in the video you see, there is this car that goes inside to the building, and you have the test, the experimentation, really inside of the company. Last word for the production, you see, is the most important part in terms of dimension of all the project. Is around 120,000 square meters. The first step, because the prevision is to do more meters for production. And it's very simple. It's really a real production place. What we can do more where Michele, where there is the field, the rosso, the red field. The red field. This is the area of entertainment, fitness for all the workers that are here. There are, as you see, a football field, 2 tennis fields, and also an area for the fitness, the gym, a garden that is connected with the bio lake. And this area is, as you see, really connected with the production and the office part and the design center. I think this kind of model helps really us to understand an architecture. Obviously, this project is fruit of months and months of work, and is not so easy to explain it in synthesis, but I hope to have helped you to understand with the auxilium of these incredible tools that is the virtual reality. Thank you very much. Thank you.